Hey everybody, it's Lord Magicus, and we're going to play Mono Blue Devotion in Pioneer. So I'm sorry we didn't have a league earlier this week. Had a little problem with ants on my desk where I normally use it for playing MTGO, and that was a huge pain in the ass. So I think I have this mostly dealt with at this point. So hopefully there will be no more further interruptions to this. Yeah, I have to say I'm not particularly pleased that that happened, and I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but I'm just hoping that it doesn't happen again. So that's all I can really say about that. So we're gonna move forward, and yeah, we'll get to playing this now. So for this league, we're gonna actually test playing Cloudfin Raptor. I think this card is it was something that was initially thought about but discounted because of it's a non-bow with Smuggler's Copter, but it's actually very good in this deck because we have lots of things that trigger it. Like, okay, so it can become a 2/3 just from the tempo bears, but we also have Brazen Bar, which can make it a 3/4. Thassa can get it up to a 5/6 depending upon what turn you play Thassa, and Tempest Shin could theoretically make it go even bigger than that at some point. Now, are we likely to play or to get it that big? Probably not, but I think it's pretty reasonably going to be a 2/3 with flying, and that's probably good enough. Especially it's a 1-drop that's like a 2/3 flyer is pretty good. I think that would be fine. So a lot of people have been trying this and having success with it, so I think that, yeah, we'll give it a shot. So I cut one Thassa in order to make room for it. I think, honestly, Thassa's a card that we don't necessarily need 4 of it. I've had multiple instances where, we scry away a Thassa and then draw one anyway, or we have 2 in our opening hand and we can't really afford to mulligan, so we really only want to see 1 Thassa throughout the game, so I think it's safe to cut one of these. But and the thing is, Master of Waves, we need to keep this because this is a card that's good in multiples. Thassa is not good in multiples, so every other card I'm happy to see 2 of except this. So this was a card that I cut 1 copy of, and I cut Witching Well as well to help make room for this because hopefully this is going to make us a little bit more aggressive, so we won't need to worry about the late game as much. And it's also a 1-drop, so it fits into the spot in the curve a little bit too. Brings us up to 11 turn 1 plays, which I think that's pretty good. I'm excited about that. Sideboard's going to stay basically the same. I don't really want to do very much with it. Other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let's go and see if Cloudfin Raptor ends up being any good. I think the card will be fine. It's not going to be a good top deck in the late game, but I think it'll be fine to start, like in the first few turns. Alright, let's go. Again. I don't know, it gets kind of dry in here and my face is just itching a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm I don't know, I might be nervous. It's been a while since I played, like, it's been like, what, a week now? Because normally I play like 2 of these a week, but yeah, alright, well, let's do this. We are on the play. It's good. It's been a while since we played Pioneer, so this doesn't look like a terribly great hand, but I don't know. If we do this in turn 1, we can put gas in the top. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm not like extremely excited to keep this. We're scrying away anything that's a land, or scrying away any land, probably putting anything that's not a land on top. Borrower is basically worth 2 cards here, so maybe this will be okay. Depends what we're up against. They have a thinking kind of hand too. Alright, I guess they're keeping it, so. Yeah, again, I'm not extremely excited to put Cloudfin on top. So that's interesting. Lumbering Falls. Hmm. So probably an Oko deck. Yeah, it looks like this might be control. That's terrible. Pass. I guess we're just gonna bounce Heart of Kirin. Not really what I want to see. There's a chance we might crack this for 2 cards. So this looks like some kind of Sultai control deck. They have Planeswalkers, which means probably stuff like Oko. And what else? Maybe... there we go. Maybe like Vraska? I guess that could be the other one that goes with it. Because they're going to crew it with loyalty counters, I'm assuming. Maybe they're deciding whether they want to Fatal Push this Cloudfin Raptor. Okay, well, I'm just going to draw 2 cards. This could be like a flash deck, I guess. Alright. I'm going to wait until next turn to play this. Because I want to be able to play it and hold up a counterspell. Sorry. The stupid bar in this chair does not lock very well. So I can't, like, lean back in it. Damn it, nose is so itchy. Alright, come on. What do you got? I would prefer that was not a thing. That's going to make it really hard to attack with this, so... And it's a threat. I mean, they probably have more threats, but... I don't know. This is going to double trigger this, once from him and then also once from the elementals. Okay, I guess they just have 2. Ah! Stop. That is not what I wanted to do at all. Does it matter what order it's in? Well, I'm gonna have, like, if they get Fatal Push, I have to counter it. I guess it doesn't really matter what order, because we had enough tokens where it just triggered it a bunch of times. So I guess even if Master dies now, we still have Borrower to come in to the attack with Flying and make this bigger. But if they play like Oko this turn, that's bad. Or pretty much any Planeswalker. Yeah, here it comes. Dig through time. Oh, so they did leave up mana to cast Oko if they find it. They can Oko Master Waves, and then they have Heart of Kiran in order to crew it with Oko and protect it. Ugh. That's going to be so bad if they found it. It looks like he did, too. Tapped it for green and not blue. Oh, that's fine, actually. That could have been way worse. We only have 3 cards left in hand, so we have 2. We have our last 2 counter spells, so that's actually not bad. Yeah, no, we're not letting that happen. Should have did that last turn. Okay. I don't even know if I play Master here, to be honest. I think not, because I want to get more devotion out of this to actually kill them. This is a 3-turn clock right now. I don't really want this to resolve because that can turn off Heart of Kiran. Or they can turn it on, because they can animate the Lumbering Falls and then crew it with both. Alright, well, I think we're in a position where if they have like a dead top deck, then they're going to die. Oh, this was crew 3, never mind. Duh. The Lumbering Falls can crew this stupid thing. God damn it. I just talked about this. I thought it was crew 4 instead of crew 3 for some reason. So, in that case, I should not have even countered this. It didn't do anything. Alright, well, I don't even get the extra token now. It's going to be pathetic. Like, that... We were so close to winning this game, and I just pissed it away. Well, never mind. No, I could have had a counterspell for that. That's not fair. Like, at this point, I don't think we can deal with Oko. It's just not going to happen. Well, I guess that first. You can just elk this thing. And he can... This is terrible, because he can just... Yeah, I can't kill this. I need, like, Brazen Borrower now. Brazen Borrower could actually, like, do something. Oh, fuck. Well, we're just going to lose to Oko, because I wasted the counterspell in this, because I totally thought that this was crew 4 and not 3. This is terrible. Alright, I don't even want to attempt to do this now. Like, there's no way we can win this. Like, even if I attack Oko with everything, like, it's not going to matter. Pass. This thing is just going to kill us, and now he can just gain, like, 3 life a turn. Fuck it, no. We're not coming back from that. He's got the goose and, like, the too much going on in that side where we're not coming back. I'm just so ridiculously frustrated. There is no excuse for losing that. Alright, well, Master of Waves is going to be absolutely terrible in this matchup, for sure. I think Cloudfin Raptor is going to be very good. And I do want more counterspells, probably. He's got the goose, and so these mystical disputes are probably fine, too. Actually, I don't think I want Spyglass. Do I? I can name Heart of Karen with it. Harbinger just does not seem particularly good. You know, I think this is going to be fun. See, I don't want to rely on Spyglass because Spyglass means that they might have Veil of Summer in their deck too, which means going heavy on counterspells may not be a winning plan either. They have stuff like Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy that they can blow these up. Alright, I guess I'm just going to do it like that. I don't know what's right here. I'm just so frustrated because, like, we should not have lost that game. That's what happens when you don't play this game for, like, a week at a time. This is terrible. Yeah, it's not very good. We're in the draw, though. Alright, I'm going to keep it anyway. I feel like I just need to draw lands, and that's just how it has to happen. Like, if I don't draw one, like, in the next 2 turns, like, I think I have 2 draw steps where I could reasonably draw a land and still be okay. I am just not on top of this today. I am so disappointed in myself because we could have definitely won that first game. I know we could have won that game, and I just pissed it away. I can't afford to do that. What are you debating? They're just... Why are you, like, slow playing this? Just take the damage and go to your turn. You can't do anything. You're tapped out. Come on. There is nothing you can cast right now. There's no reason to, like, not F6 of this turn. Are you, like, double queuing or something? What's going on here? There's no decision making to be making at this point. Like, that's the reason you fetch, like, you know, when I go to combat, is to just be able to pass the rest of the turn. Jace, okay, well, see, this is actually okay. So let's see here. I could just play another Storm Tamer, and then... Yeah, this can protect, like, Cloudfin or something. And then if they... I don't know, if they use Jason their turn, we can Harbinger it. Otherwise, maybe Trickster might be coming out soon. Again, like, you're tapped out. Like, what's the point of just not, like, passing the turn here? I'll just attack for 2 in the air. And then I really want to wait till I have another land so that then I could play like Harbinger or Trickster and have one of these up at the same time. Okay, there's no blocking involved here either, so I don't understand. This game is not that hard. I know that I made it look really hard because I just like snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, but this is good. This makes Harbinger a live thing against this. Yeah, you have an Oko. You have a food token. I can sorcerer a Spyglass the Oko. That's totally reasonable. But you might have removal for this. I think I'm fine with it though. Like if you want to make this a 3/3, that's okay. I can't kill Oko. I'm just gonna go after his face. I'm just hoping that Spyglass is going to be able to shut it down. Like at this point, it doesn't have a whole lot of good options. Like, could trade a food with this, I guess. Heart of Karen. Well, that's not good, but at the same time, like, okay. I think we're still going to sorcerer Spyglass that thing. Means we can't really attack, though. I was hoping that this sticks, but to be honest, they have a lot of removal in their deck, and it probably won't. That's smart, because if I name that, that's fine. They have another Oko, so yeah, it seems like naming Oko is probably the way to go here. So Oko, Courser, Jace, Lumbering Falls. We're pretty free to play Tempest Shin at any given point, so... yeah, I'm not doing anything here. They're basically just removing counters from this to crew Heart of Karen now. But now if they do that, like, we also have the option of Trickstering it down to get in more damage. So presumably Jace is going to discard Oko looking for something else. Yeah, I guess get in and attack, you may as well. Abrupt Decay on top is not good because that means that this is going away. Well, because, yeah, he found Abrupt Decay, so that means this is going away and Oko's going to start ruining us now. There is not very much I can do about that, because I am too strapped on mana to really effectively make use of Thassa and Jhin here. I think the smart thing to go after would be to try to, like, elk the Storm Tamers. Because I think that's really the only route to victory. Oh, well, of course, they found that too. Why not? That's also an answer that would have dealt with this too. So, no, we are just absolutely fucked. Jace can flashback Abrupt Decay. Like, we're screwed here. I can only attack him for 6 in the air, and that doesn't actually do anything because of Heart of Kiran. Oh, he just had another one of those too, so never mind. Yeah, none of this does anything. I really don't want to, like, play this either. Like, this is so because we don't have enough mana to do anything. Like, he killed off the Storm Tamer, so again, like, attacking is not a plan here. If I play, like, a Tempest Jhin, he's just going to elk it. Or just, like, charm it. Like, I don't have a way to win this game. I guess I have to, like... I don't know what I have to do here. Maybe... This doesn't work, though, because, like, this is too much. I don't think I can beat this. There's no attack that, like, works here. I can only attack for 2 in the air, which is not going to do anything. This just seems like a waste of time to play this game at this point. It's just playing, like, Sultai good stuff, so... Yeah. Like, Tireless Tracker and Courser of Crewfix are just putting this game so far out of reach. Like, every single one of these cards is just gonna drag this game too far away for us. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I don't understand this, but sure. I'm just gonna play a goose. Alright. You have like a bajillion food tokens. I guess I'm bouncing the Heart of Kiran. Because that's the only way I can attack anything. That still doesn't do anything because I can't really play it and have Storm Tamer at the same time. I can attack him for 4. Alright, no, this is hopeless. No point, like, this is too much to come back from, so fuck it. We will spend our time doing things that are actually worth doing. That's just too far gone, not worth doing. There is no way to, like, beat that board state from that point, so it sucks, but that's just how it is. Like, Any answer that we could come up to Oko can be answered by Jace, and any answer we can come up to with Jace can be answered by Oko. Like, Spyglass doesn't work because Jace can just flashback like Abrupt Decay or the Sultai Charm to kill it, or Oko can just kill it. Yeah, and bouncing stuff does not really work because they can just replay it and they can't attack through their board. And like, they even have Golden Goose, like, too much life gain to go after their life total. There's just no winning plan at that point, so we could have definitely won game 1 and then maybe had a shot in game 3, but I definitely fucked that up, so. Alright, on the draw, so let's just like try to, you know, do something more, what I just want to say, focus on playing better this time. That was just a terrible game last time, so at least this hand seems like it's pretty reasonable. We have a nice curve. No, I want to keep this. Okay. Yeah, do what you're gonna do. Planes. Okay. What? Healer's Hawk. Is this gonna be like an Ajani deck? Charming Prince. Okay. I gotta be honest, I have no idea what the hell's going on here. Like some kind of blue-white, maybe, Really? I'm not gonna block that. You're tapped out, I'm just gonna bounce this thing. Get my devotion out. Okay, so what's the plan? Esper. Okay. Is this like an Esper Aristocrats kind of deck? Like, Charming Prince combos with some stuff, I think. What the hell is this all about? Or is this like an Esper Midrange kind of, or like a hero deck or something? I don't know. It's hard to say. Huh. I guess I'm just going to attack with Harbinger of the Tides and see what happens. Okay. Let's get Thassa out. Azorius Charm. Draw a card. Okay. This is definitely new. I have not... What the fuck is this nonsense? Okay. We're definitely bouncing that. Flying and first strike. The problem is that, like, we really can't attack with Temptation into that. Okay, I do think I want that, though. Do I want to play Witching Well here, or do I want to hold up Storm Tamer? I think I want Storm Tamer. I don't think that there's any way they can like meld this turn, because I believe the other one costs like 7 mana. And so if they're going to reanimate it or something, they're going to have to do a lot more than that. Is this just like some kind of life gain Esper? What? I have no idea what this could even be. I'm sorry, what now? Why is the Healer's Hawk attack? Oh, they need to gain life so that this can they can get their 4/4 Flying Angel. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Aren't you just like dead though? No, not quite. Yeah. They're close. That's actually good. We're gonna put that on top. Make this unblockable. Attack for 9. So this definitely feels like some kind of weird life gain combo-y deck. I don't know what the black mana is for, but I assume that it's probably something bad for us. You just play Gisela like you die again, so... Sorin? Okay, I guess that... So, is your plan to, like, meld it by reanimating the 7 mana card from the graveyard with this? I mean, I guess you could do that. You can gain some life here, but is it going to be enough? So, it's not nothing. They are going to gain a bunch. We're going to attack for quite a lot, too. So can we take 7 here? I think that we're fine. Ugh. Tempest Djinn is really good. But I don't know, like, this is now getting difficult because I think I need to have more mana. I want to be able to Brazen Borrower, bounce something, make Thassa unblockable, and to have Siren Stormtamer up. I'm going to put this in the bottom. So we do have to do something about this because we're getting attacked for lethal. So I could just make Thassa unblockable, or like I could even just make Harbinger of the Tides unblockable and kill this. If they attack with the 2 angels, can bounce 1, can take 1 to the face. Oh, they're going to attack with all 4 of these, that's for sure. But I really want Sorin to go away. So I guess make Harbinger of the Tides unblockable. Can Thassa attack his face? I think it kind of has to. So I don't care if they block or not. Tempest Djinn is probably going to have to... Yeah. Probably going to have to block one of these. Or actually, I could block with a Siren Stormtamer. So what's this? They need 6 mana to do this. Okay, so they're not going to be able to do it. Well, that definitely feels like something I don't want to have happen right now. So in this case, if they attack with everything, I can block here, and then that's fine. So we're going to counter this. So I don't think I want to block with the Jin just yet. I mean, I could trade the Jin with one, and then it doesn't feel like that's going to work though. So I'm going to lose devotion for this, so that's worth noting. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, which means I have to play this probably next turn. I mean, I guess it is an option. Like, my only concern is that if I don't block, kill this now, can trade with one, and then I have this to trade with another token, but then I don't have enough to threaten him with. And he can definitely make this bigger next turn. So I have to kind of bounce this. I'm not a fan of how this is going. Alright, I guess I do have to block one of these. Well, definitely not that. That might actually help. Can't attack here. Harbinger can bounce this, but I'd have to also block here. Yeah. Just bounce the token. Yeah, Gisela. Alright. Does Cloudfin do anything here? I'm still at the point where I have to block both of these things. But I also have Harbinger the Tides, which if they go in for an attack, I can still use Harbinger. No, I think I need something that's better than that. Like, that's not bad. Okay. So what am I doing here? I definitely need to play Merfolk Trickster on their turn so I can try to ambush this thing. I can only play, what, one other thing, so Trickster and Witching Well would be the two that go together. I guess that's what's happening. So I'm going to use Trickster to try to ambush this thing, chump block here if they attack with this, and then Harbinger it back to their hand. Next turn. Maybe we can try to chain something together like that. Felt like we were really close here, but they're trying to claw out of this pretty well, so... So they can make this a 5/5. Damn it. What's more important? Which one would I rather kill? That's the hard question. So I have whichever one I want to kill is the one I have to Trickster, and then I sacrifice Storm Tamer to the other one. If I kill this one, they don't get any more angels. They'll get a bunch of life from this. It's not really the end of the world if that happens, though. I guess I need to get rid of this one. They don't have enough mana to do it twice, so... yeah. If they replay it, this can deal with it again next turn. Can flash it in. Yep. I can also just flash in Brazen Borrower to block it. I definitely want that. Yeah, because I can have the Tricksters then just double block this thing. Or I can block with all three things. They can trade with two things, but then it will still die. Okay, so I think we can still do this. We just need them to brick for like one turn. Did you find another one? Jeez. Okay, well, options here are to just play Brazen Borrower or flash in Harbinger of the Tides. I think here we're just gonna, yeah, no matter what we're doing, we're just passing, so. Probably just gonna play Brazen Borrower and then block it. Oh, that's not a good sign. Okay, and now I kind of think we have to bounce this thing. It's still going to kill us again next turn, but... Okay, so if I just block it with Brazen Borrower, that's just going to make this a threat too. Yeah, I don't really have another choice. I think all of our options are losing at this point. That came a little bit too late. The problem is that if I play Brazen Borrower here, yeah, we are just dead. Because if I block this, it has First Strike and Lifelink, which means that this will be that gets a +1/+1 counter. That's just too much. Too much lifelink. Ah, that sucks. Okay, so this is some kind of weird, like, Angel Lifegain deck. Probably Counterspell seem like they're pretty good. I mean, our deck in general seems fine. Master of Waves, however, I don't feel is going to be the card I want in this match. Probably, like, Sorcerous Spyglass is not terrible either. But I think everything else is fine. Like, I needed them to not, like, top deck well for, like, a turn, and they drew, like, 2 really good cards back-to-back, because they were empty-handed, and they ripped Gisela and then ripped the Archangel of Thune, which is, like, okay, if you rip those 2 cards in a row, like... And I think they also had, like, Azurius Charm, too, which just was a huge tempo as well. Yeah, like, there wasn't much we could do about it. We kind of got stuck on mana for a little while, so... Yeah, it is what it is. Alright, this is fine. I'll keep it. Not really what I want to be drawing in turn 2, but whatever. Guess let's do this now. Yeah, force them to crack the wilds and see what they got. They might have stuff like Teferi in their deck. So yeah, we're naming Sorin, like, for sure. They just have... So they have Lone Rider, Gisela, and Sorin, alright. Vengeful Bloodlord, that's the one. I think here I just want to get Thassa out. Like, they don't really have anything to do this turn, so... They can gain 1 life with this, but it's not going to flip. Could really use, like, another Tempo Bear. That's also very good. So anything, like if they play Gisela, do I want to even bounce it? I don't actually know that I do. I might just play the well here. Yeah, that's fine. So then we can play we can bounce something with Borrower and flash in Borrower. That's going to be good. We can repeat that trick, or we have Trickster up. This is working out. Not doing anything, that's surprising. And I think if they don't do anything again, I'm just going to crack the well and draw 2 cards. Maybe they are afraid that we have a counterspell. Lone Rider, that's fine. Alright, let's bounce the Healer's Hawk. We'll cast this so that Thassa can start getting in damage. I still want that on top. Yeah, pass. I don't need to do anything else right now. I know you're sitting on this, you're just afraid of a counterspell, so maybe you're looking for like Teferi or something first. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Okay. Still 6 cards in hand. I could cast Trickster here. Or I could play the... Well, I think I want to play Trickster probably, right? Actually, if I crack the well and I find Tempest in, I will want to... no, it's not going to work. No, I'm going to play Trickster. Because then if I can scry something to the top, I can play it and still have this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. This keeps our aggro plan alive. So there is a Supreme Verdict deck and this. That's weird. Okay. That's just getting bounced back to your hand for sure. Ooh, those are both very good. So let's see, I can play Harbinger that triggers this thing up, bounce this back to their hand, that wakes up Thassa, and then I can make Thassa unblockable. That's a really weird thing to be wasting Mystical Dispute on. Okay, well in that case I'm just going to play Tempest Shin, because you're tapped out, so... So they have Verdicts and Mystical Disputes in their deck. Is that all that the blue is for? Like, what else do you have going on that, like, blue mana matters? I'm so confused by this deck. Excuse me. Okay, well that's a sign that we're probably going to win. Yeah, that's just going to ensure our victory. We do have a wizard in play, so, yeah, we just make Thassa and Tempest Shin unblockable and just attack for a lot. I don't even need to make them unblockable, really. Like, I can just hold my mana up to do, like, Wizard's Retort and this, so... Alright, I'm gonna make her unblockable too. We'll just go for it. We'll hope that Wizard's Retort's gonna just win us the game. If they're, oh yeah, Azorius Charm, I guess, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's... Maybe we do want Mystical Dispute. I don't know, like, I don't really feel like we need this card very much. I think the rest of these are probably fine. The Sorin doesn't really do a whole lot. It doesn't, it seems. Yeah, that's interesting. Is there something I'd want to take out here? Like, all of these cards seem like they're fine. I guess maybe the Storm Tamer? They don't seem to have a whole lot of spot removal in their deck. Alright, do it like that. Cloudfin seems like he's actually pretty good. The two disputes might be relevant if they brought in other blue sideboard cards. Well, we're not keeping this, so that's terrible. This is fine. Keep. This is very difficult. I think I'm going to put Thassa on the bottom. Tempest Shin just seems like it's way better in this match. And I just really want to be drawing lands. Damn it. Why you gotta do that to me? Let's go. Put on top, put on top. That's fine. So next turn we can bounce something, and then we also have counter spells up. And our end game is going to be Tempest Shins here. You just play like the Angel. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to bounce it. Alright, fine. I will make the first move here then. Force you to tap out in your turn. Okay. I figured you had that in your hand, so I just want our counterspells to resolve, and I'm willing to throw that away for a dispute. Pass. And if they don't do anything, I'll just draw 2 cards. That's not really a card that I'm concerned about. It's not a wizard. I'm going to wait at least one more turn, because the Lone Rider by itself is not a threat. This card is not going to win them the game unless they play something else, for sure. And I'd much rather be able to play Jin and, like, keep up a counter. Gain 3 life. Pretty sure I do have to counter that, because that will flip this thing, so we gotta play faster. You're gonna Azorius Charm, that's fine. Now if they attempt the same trick, it's not really a big deal. Okay. No. Absolutely not. Alright, this should protect us from any shenanigans. Now they cannot Azorius Charm us. Okay, well, that was enough to get there. What? That was a hell of a match. Alright, I don't know what the hell, like, that was a really interesting deck. It's like Blue-White Angels, or something. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to. I'm gonna, or I guess Esper Angels or something. I'm gonna have to think about how I want to describe it. But that was an interesting deck. I think that we have a pretty good match against it, though. All right. Well, we are on the draw, so this hand's okay. We'll keep it. Spirits. All right. So we do need to get these Siren Storm Tamers out. And Harbinger of the Tides is also going to be a critical card in this match, too. All of these are going to be helpful in this, so... Our plan, I think, just needs to be to trade with as many things as they can. He has Rattle Change in his deck, which can make that bigger. So blocking is not a good plan. So now he's debating, is the extra 1 damage from flashing it in worth it? I don't think so. What are you doing? You can't counter this. Alright, I guess you could have Quench. Essence Capture? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's a card they can play in their deck, so maybe they have, like, Curious Obsession. I'm going to put Master on the bottom, but I want Retort on the top. Because if they... Maybe this could also just be, like, Mono Blue. This could be Mono Blue Devotion, so Merfolk Trickster might be extremely relevant. You know what? The Wizard's Retort's going to be a little bit awkward to use, but such is life. Yeah, attack. Ooh, that's actually pretty... Okay, so they are definitely 100% going to be a deck that is running Curious Obsession. So, okay. I'm not particularly interested in protecting this, right? Wizard's Retort means they would... I could trade this Wizard's Retort with this thing. How is that going to work? But this is also just a very good turn to get Tempest in down, so maybe I just let this die. Because now I don't think they can counter this. This makes their attacks very weird. Okay, how can this go wrong? I'm not sure, but I'm going to take it because I'm just going to Harbinger it back to their hand. Okay, that's fine. This is interesting. This is going to be a match where we have to think a lot. What? Why did you target this one? I don't understand. How does that help you? I feel like you targeted the wrong one. So here's a good question. Do I attack here? He is threatening to have, like, Mausoleum Wanderer and, like, another Rattle Change next turn. And he can also just block with both of them. Attacks for 3. I think we need to hold back here. Besides, we have another Jin on the way. I think we're okay. Yeah, they have Flash now, too, so... Now I think that Jin can safely block any of these things. Okay. So do you have, like, Merfolk Trickster for this? That doesn't seem like the... I don't know, like... What I don't know what your plan is here. You're just trying to keep this alive? Alright, well, I'm willing to take this gamble. I guess you're just trying to build this thing up, so... It's not bad. Guess we're just going to play another Witching Well. We're going to try to find more lands, because we need more lands on top. Once we get a 4th land, we can start cracking these for more cards. Bottom and bottom, because we need islands. It doesn't have hexproof, so... I think that's safe to attack with. I'm willing to counter this because that represents card advantage. They could sack the Mausoleum Wanderer to counter it. Okay, no, they're just going to trade Spell Pierce with it. That's fine. It unsubstantiate's pretty legit. So they get to draw a card here. Alright, that was a pretty sick top deck, so... I guess we're just playing this again. Alright. I need him to, like, miss on drawing stuff. That's not a miss. Because I have to trade with this Rattle Chains now. Alright, at least I'm pretty sure I do. There's one card in hand. So let's see, I could take 6, go to 3, and then next turn... how bad can this go? Next turn I can have 2 blockers. Alright, well, I think that's what I'm doing. Not really what I want to be happening right now. Okay, well, our only options are Merfolk Trickster or Tempest Shin. We can afford to take exactly one of these to the face, and we lose. Alright, well, that's just too much. We definitely want these mystical disputes. And I definitely want the Sorceress Spyglass, or not Spyglass, I want the Ratchet Bombs. Master of Waves does not feel like the card I want in this matchup. And I guess I have to cut one more thing. Actually, Wizard Retort, I guess I can cut one of these. They're not very good versus the... Excuse me. Mausoleum Wanderer. I guess the disputes are fine because they only cost 1 mana, so it's more reasonable to play this in like turn 1 or like a critical point where we need to counter something. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot I want to do with this. Yeah, like, I haven't considered that, but I'm definitely intrigued by it. Unsubstantiate over the unsummon. I guess I keep this? Yeah, it seems like it's pretty good. Maybe we'll have to try a few copies. We can go Cloud Fan into like Storm Tamer or Trickster or something. Yeah, I know all about. I played Blue Tempo when it was in Standard. This this Mono Blue Spirit, it seems really good. Yeah, because there's a lot of lines with this deck where you can go like Mausoleum Wander into Supreme Phantom into like another Supreme Phantom, and like that will just utterly crush people. So I can see it doing some serious work. Okay. I like this because it holds up the dispute in case he plays like Curious Obsession this turn. Actually, pretty much anything he plays this turn, I'm likely going to counter. Because, like, okay, you have to have Spell Pierce or something to protect this. I mean, I guess you just kept a hand that has it all, so, but now you're also vulnerable to me trickstering this thing next turn, so you're not going to get to attack with it. So you are going to get to draw some cards, so... Actually, I can Harbinger it back to his hand, so... So we got to draw one card off of it. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, Harbinger here seems really good. Because now he has no protection for it, so... Okay, so this is pretty good. We have a pretty decent board right now. That's not really concerning to me at the moment. Thassa's pretty strong. She will trigger the Cloudfin Raptor too, interestingly enough. So I guess I'm going to play Thassa right now. Because that's going to make this thing evolve so it's bigger. Alright. So he's stuck on 2 lands, so that's good. So now, what? Another Phantom is not going to do anything here. Alright, so we want to draw another land. So right now he's attacking for 4. Do I care if he blocks Thassa? Not really. Because I think all we're doing here is like just casting one of these 2 spells, and we're probably going to stop him. Like, I don't think his board is enough to beat Thassa, so... Like, if I counter anything this turn, it probably ends the game on the spot, so... But I mean, he also has to do something to, like, not die to Thassa. Even if he unsubstantiates, like, Cloudfin Raptor, that doesn't do it. He'd have to, like, unsubstantiate Thassa, I think, and even that's not good enough because I can just Trickster down one of these things, and then I still attack for 5 damage that he can't block. And I don't want to show him that I kept in Wizard's Retort if I don't have to. I would much rather play Merfolk Trickster in order to get there. Yep. Yeah, he got stuck on 2 mana and just couldn't do anything. And that's where, like, Witching Well helps us, so... Okay, I think this is fine. We're going to just run this back. This is a really... This does not interact with his deck very much. Like, if he has one of those really aggressive starts, like, we're never catching up to it with this. Like, it feels like it can very easily get tempoed out. We're not doing much until, like... Oh, man. If he keeps 7 cards, like, do we keep this? He kept 7 cards, so alright, how do we do this? That means his hand has got to be pretty decent to start with. Like, I don't know if this is going to beat it. There's so many tricks that he can have. The Tempest Shins are really good, but like, this card is just useless. We're never casting this, so it's like we've mulliganed once already. I think we can afford to mulligan. This is much better. I'm going to keep this, and I guess I'm going to put Thassa on the bottom. Which one of these did... I guess, yeah, Thassa's on the bottom. Because if I stick Ratchet Bomb in one, like, that's going to be ridiculously good against him. Alright. Beautiful. So if he plays Supreme Phantom, I can just dispute it now. There's a chance that I might want to wait to play Ratchet Bomb with Dispute as backup, because I think this card is just going to be very good against him. Yeah, that's fine. I want him to play more 1-drops. Pass. Cast Trickster here. You can Rattle Chains it. Ooh, okay. If he's going to tap out, then that gives us pretty free reign to play Ratchet Bomb, so... You got tech, I got tech too. So now if he has Curious Obsession, it's going to be really awkward if he wants to choose to put it on this thing. So we can threaten to kill it at any time. If he attacks, like, I can just play Harbinger of the Tides next turn, that's fine, and bounce it. You can also threaten to tick it up to 2. Yeah, which I very well might do. So let's see. Yeah, this makes it super difficult for him to, like, choose to do anything here. Because now we're also threatening Merfolk Trickster to just double block this thing and kill it. It is an extreme risk to attack into this right now. Huh. Do I want to do anything about this? If I bounce this now, I could have like Spell Pierce or something. plays another 2-drop, I'm probably going to tick this up. I could just like sit on this too. That's also an option. I think I'm willing to counter this. Okay, yeah, we're just trading spells back, so you can have it. Here's the thing, do I want to kill off this or do I want to kill off this? Hmm. So here's the thing, if he blocks with, again, the Harbinger of Tides with this, then I can just bounce the Spirit. I think this is a good turn to get Tempest Shin in. Okay. Okay, so again, I could take more damage. I think I'm getting to the point where I want to just crack this and kill off this stupid Mausoleum Wanderer. So he seems to be missing land drops, so I think I can punish him a little bit for that. And get the Ratchet Bomb in, too. Yeah. Yeah, like, it was incredibly dangerous for him to play, because if I had this card in my hand, so... He's having such a hard time trying to play around these. This was a very good draw, too, because it's still going to put the pressure in him. So we've managed to save our life for a little while. Like, you can play another one of these, but it doesn't really matter. If he has, like, Mystical Dispute or something, that's fine. You cannot Essence Capture. Well, no, I guess you could Spell Pierce this, but I can just pay for it, so Spell Pierce doesn't really do much. Yeah, Mystical Dispute's the only one that really matters. You can dispute it if you want, but then you know I have Tempest Shin coming, so I don't know if that helps or not. I guess, yeah, so it's putting it's definitely a hard spot here, so just, I'm going to tempo you out. I want to avoid playing the Merfolk Trickster if possible, because there is a possibility I may want to tick this up. Yep, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to trade the Trickster with this. Okay, that's fine. He has 4 cards left in hand. So do I want to crack the Ratchet Bomb now, or do I want to wait and tick it up? I think killing off the Supreme Phantom might be better. No, but then I'm going to kill my Harbinger of the Tides. Ugh. Alright. I'm not going to take damage from that. That also represents something that can draw him cards, so... Okay, I can get in 2 damage this turn. I think that I want to do that. It's going to be hard for him to attack into this anyway. So he has 4 cards in hand, but his board is not very impressive. And we have effectively 2 cards still in hand. It's going to be hard for this to attack through here. Well, that's actually pretty good. I don't need to do this right now. If he goes for the double block, I'm just going to bounce one of them. Because I can play around his counter magic with this. That might just do it, though, because now he's going to lose a Phantom, and he's going to be far behind. I would love to pay 2 mana for this. Yep. Alright, let's attack. At least our opponent is like, they're being a good sport about this, so. He's not being like super salty or anything, so. And yeah, I guess we'll cast this one while we can get underneath Mystical Dispute, because he obviously doesn't have it in hand, so... Or at least I don't think he does. This is a display of strength if I've ever seen one. Yep, Muses has like a huge like Supreme Phantom hand and could not risk deploying multiples early on in the game because we could have just ticked the Ratchet Bomb up to 2. When I was thinking that this could have been a possibility, which is why I had tried to wait to crack it for a while. So I wanted to just like keep tempoing him out so like he's stuck in a decision, do I throw 2 of these away to this or... Yeah, but this is now just going to crush him underneath it because he has to block the Tempest in and he has to block one of these and he's still going to take 5 damage, so... Yep. Alright. Yep. Alright, well, we won that round. So that was a really fun match. I enjoyed that. I think that deck is pretty good. Just obviously did not get to curve out the way he needed to, but it's pretty legit. I mean, gotta be honest. I like the way that went. So, 2 hard-fought victories here. Yeah, I think we could have won the first match, but it's not always going to work out that way, so... Alright, well, we're on, what, almost an hour and 50 minutes, and it's only the 4th match, so we gotta hurry this up. It's gonna be a long league. Alright, on the draw, this hand is okay. So we can go, like, Cloudfin, and then, like, either Harbinger or Storm Tamer, and then hopefully in, like, the next 3 turns we can draw another land. Okay. Steam Fence is usually a good sign for us. Alright, well, let's bait out their removal. Because this is something that they absolutely will use, like, a shock on if they have it. Thing in the Ice, that's fine. Merfolk Trickster will be good because we can Trickster this thing down if they go to flip it. We also have the option... Ooh, if they Fiery Tempered this, I'll probably counter it. Oh, I already passed through the entire turn, so oops. I guess they're tapped out this turn. This might be a good turn to play Thassa, though. That means we might, if we do that, we can end up taking 7 damage to this thing. Is it worth it? You know what? Another line is that we can actually just Trickster it down, and then it'll be tapped no matter what. No, I think I'm going to hold up Trickster, and then we will probably Harbinger it on our next turn. Ooh, okay, 4 mana. So what do you got? Izzet Charm. Do you have like another Izzet Charm? Well, this is where we're going to use our Merfolk Trickster. Now it's just a 7/8 and it does not get to attack. And we keep our Trickster. And they even shocked themselves because they thought they were getting to attack for 7 this turn. Crackling Drake in the graveyard is also a very good sign for us. So here, I think, well, we're going to attack first. I think we're just going to jam Harbinger, bounce this nonsense, and we play a Siren Storm Tamer. That way we can still have a decent attack next turn. Even if they replay Thing, they can't, like, bounce it right away. Okay, that's fine. Harbinger, yeah, that makes sense. So let's see. Do I play Thassa here or do I play Tempest? I really feel like we need to get to 4 mana or we're not going to win. Tempest only attacks for 3, and there's a high chance that these could, like, flip next turn. I also can't protect it, whereas, like, the turn afterwards, that there's a chance that Thassa might become a thing. I do think I want Thassa. So if I draw, like, I guess, what, land and then maybe, like, another Merfolk Trickster. So I don't know. I really want to get to 4 mana so I can at least flash in Harbingers of the Tides and bounce this. Okay. Yeah, they're drawing 3 cards, so I don't know. With 2 Thing in the Ices, like, this might be a little bit hard to deal with. Like, it seems likely that they're just going to flip it and attack us for a bajillion. Yep. Okay, that sucks. Oh, yeah, we're getting hoofed in the face for 17 damage this turn. No, we're dead. We actually die. Not giving you that satisfaction. Well, the Phoenix deck just, like, absolutely fucking crushed us by putting 20 damage in play in 1 turn, so... That sucked. Alright, I want Ratchet Bomb because I can actually deal with this stupid thing in the ice. Dispute is good. And Tidebinder is also pretty good, too. What is not good against this deck? Honestly, like, all of our deck is really good against their deck. I don't know if we need Tidebinder or not, but it's not good on the ground against Thing in the Ice. It's good against, like, Crackling Drake and also Arc-like Phoenix, but it's also very vulnerable. There's not really much else I want to cut for it, so that's kind of where I'm stuck. I think Master of Waves is going to not be... Like, it's going to be hard to stick Devotion against them. Thassa I probably want to keep, and I think the counterspells are fine. Maybe I just cut, like, 1 Witching Well. We don't need to get to 4 mana, so maybe this is okay. Alright. This is usually a pretty good match, but, like, we'll see. This is fine, I think. We'll keep it. You mold to 6, that's fine. That's a good sign, because we have Ratchet Bomb. We can get it into play and take it up to 2 in case they play, like, Thing in the Ice. We also can Mystical Dispute it, too, which is pretty useful. Let's play the... Do they have, like, a Braid in their deck? So if we play Ratchet Bomb first, then they're probably not going to play Thing in the Ice. And I kind of want to Mystical Dispute the Thing. Actually, no, if they do, I'm not even going to counter it, because we have Trickster at the moment. Let's put Island on the bottom and Thassa on top. Okay, so Thassa's on top. I don't know, maybe that changes my mind. I sort of want to hold that up in case they go for, like, Treasure Cruise or Crackling Drake. Oh, they kept a 1-land hand. Alright, he's fucked. Do you have Mystical Dispute in your hand? Okay. Pass. Like, you're not sticking Thing in the Ice at any point, so... You didn't draw another land, so we put a charge counter in this. Discarding Arc-like Phoenix makes sense. It's attack. If he doesn't do anything again, I'll just put Brazen Borrower in play. Sure. You've already drawn your land, so it's not a big deal. Phoenix at this point is not really a huge threat. Still going to be difficult for you to get enough spells to trigger this, though. Okay. Discarding Treasure Cruise? No, I really want this to go through. You just used 2 1-mana spells, so like Phoenix is that much further away from getting in. Now if you play a Thing in the Ice, I'm just going to crack Ratchet Bomb, so like, you're not really winning at this point. You can Izzet Charm and kill it, that's fine. You're going to play Treasure Cruise, I'm absolutely going to Mystical Dispute that. Sure. You will not be able to get your Phoenixes, though. I guess you could have Kozilek's return. But I'm playing around them having like another Lightning Axe, so... But they need to have 2 spot removal spells to not die here. Yep, they have no cards left in hand. go bottom, top. All right. So what did you find? Anything? Okay, I guess that keeps you alive for another turn. It only puts them to 1, so I don't think it's actually worth doing right now. The Trickster on its own is going to threaten to kill them. Sure. If he just plays like a land, then he's going to die anyway. Okay. I think that means they're dead. Alright, concede. Good. Excellent. Yeah, they might be inclined to, like, not rely on Thing in the Ice as much now, but... Now, I'm almost kind of tempted to bring Master of Waves back in just because it dodges so much of their removal. But the thing is, it doesn't really, though, because we also saw them discard multiple Brazen Borrowers. It's really slow. It's bad against Thing in the Ice. Oh, and I just kicked my desk. Yeah, and it seems like it should be really good, but we have so many cards that are actually really good against them already. I just don't know that I want it. Like, I feel like Tempest Djinn is much better because the only thing they have to deal with this is Lightning Axe, and this blocks their Phoenixes, like, attacks with flying. Like, it just seems... And it only costs 3 mana, so... Maybe on the draw, Cloudfin Raptor is not quite as good, so maybe we want another Witching Well back in. I don't know, that's really hard to say. I'm going to do it, though. I really just, like, want to curve out against them, because obviously, if we can get to a point like that, then I think we can win. This hand looks okay. If they play Thing in the S in turn 2, we're just going to counter it. Pass. So what do we do here? We could play the Ratchet Bomb, but they also can just Brazen Borrower it back, and that would be terrible. Play this out. I'll expect it to get shocked. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make them use mana on our turn. Interesting. I guess we're just gonna pass. I absolutely do not want to deal with that. That card is a monster. But now we're in danger. We're in a lot of danger. At least the Ratchet Bomb got into play, so hopefully that will keep Thing in the Ice at bay. Maybe we can get there with Tempest Djinn. It's my hope. Hard cast Phoenix, so like... I'm just hoping that Djinn is going to be able to beat it. Terrible. Sure. So I think this turn we'll probably use like Brazen Borrower to bounce this. also just Trickster it down. That seems reasonable. I don't really want to block it. They can just, like... Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. If we can just get them to a point where the Phoenix is the only thing they have going on, then that's probably fine. Discarded a land, that's a good sign. Lightning X? Oh, Fry. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I could not counter that anyway, so that's not that big a deal. We really want this one to stick. Yeah, they're going to get to draw 3 cards now, unfortunately. Treasure Cruise is a really good card in their deck. Just play your Phoenix. They have 4 cards in hand, so... I really, like, need more lands. Like, this doesn't do very much. I don't want to play this Yin just yet. How do I make progress here? I could take another hit from this thing, and then hopefully get to a point where I can cast Yin and Brazen Borrower in the same turn. His Mystical Dispute? Okay. Well, then I guess it was still worth doing that, because then these are both more important. I'm gonna fucking Treasure Cruise again. I'd be pretty upset. Phoenix. Alright, so yeah, we're getting attacked for 6. That's gonna suck. We have to draw Island next turn so that this can block 1 and this can bounce 1. But, like, they also need to then not have a removal spell, too. And even that's not great, because they can still just get the Phoenixes back by casting more stupid cantrips. Yeah, we're going to 6. That sucks. I'm gonna cruise again. Oh my god. We're fucked. Well, I think we're gonna lose, because, like, we just drew 6 cards for 2 mana this game. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. "14 cards in exile, and not a single one of them is a thing in the ice." I don't have a plan for how to win this, because, like, it feels like no matter what I do, it's not going to buy me enough time. Like, I needed to probably tick this up earlier. Alright, well, we're dead to that, for sure. I don't know, like, Tidebinder probably could have been fine, but, like, at the same time, if they draw a thing in the ice, it's absolutely terrible against that. And they had, like, they had, like, a bajillion removal spells each time anyway, so I don't think it mattered that much. Damn it, that sucked, because, like, Phoenix is usually a match we should be able to win. So, I don't know, that's unfortunate. You know, it just happens sometimes. They just had like a hand that just ended up being very good, and like ours did not match up very well against it. So it sucks. All right, last match. We're on the play. Let's try to win this, like, so we can at least. Fucking hell. How does this hand go right if we do it? All right, so if we were to keep this, we have to absolutely play turn 1 Witching Well. I don't think that's very good. Like, the rest of this does not seem like it's going to stack up very well against a lot of decks. I don't know, maybe if we draw an island on turn 2, then go Raptor and Storm Tamer, and then like follow it up with like Borrower or Retort. Maybe. It just seems like this is pretty weak against a lot of decks. I don't want to keep that. Well, this is actually worse. Oh my god, this is fucking terrible. There's no way we can keep that. I guess we're keeping this, and we're putting a counterspell on the bottom, and I guess... I don't know, I guess Storm Tamer. Storm Tamer on its own is not very good. Just hope that, like, the Devotion with Thassa can keep us in this game. That's not a good start to this last match, for sure. Oh, we're getting Thought Seized. Of course we're getting Thought Seized. If you mulligan to 5 in a Thought Seize format, you should just automatically expect that your opponent just kept a 7 that has Thought Seize in it. That's just... that is how Magic the Gathering works. Alright, well, I mean, that's fine, but it's not really going to do much, because we still only have 3 cards. I don't want to pass. Alright. So is this like an Aristocrats deck? They're playing black-white. Temple of Silence. You gonna fucking Thoughtseize me again? Oh, Jesus Christ. We got double Thoughtseized on a Moldify. That is amazing. Cool. And they took Borrower both times. That's really weird. That they seem to be afraid of the bounce effect. So, like, are they playing a bunch of enchantments or something? Like, what's the deal with that? What? Or is this like a Shrieking Affliction? Or what is it? Is that the one? Like, is this like an 8-rack deck or something? Why did I let that resolve? Oh, I could have protected Thassa with it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just... I feel like Kaya's Wrath is just about to happen, and we're going to get wrecked. Or like something really bad. Nope, never mind. Grasp of Darkness couldn't protect it against that. What does your deck do? Besides just, like, hurt poor innocent Moldifives. Okay, so you just played, like, 3 discard spells and a removal spell. Your Field of Ruin is not going to do anything in this match, I'll tell you that. Get that shit out of here. So this is like black-white mid-range? It looks like it could be. Hold on. How do I undo this? I didn't want to do it like that. I wanted to... I scried the cards wrong and I couldn't fix it. I even tried clicking undo and it wouldn't let me, so I don't know. That's just like another example of like why I hate this interface so much. I wanted to do something simple, like just resolve my scry differently, because I'm in the middle of resolving it and it just will not let you do that, so... You just have, like, what, another thing? Gideon? Of course. Alright, so that is going to be a problem. Well, we know we're drawing a land next turn, which is not what we needed to play the land and crack this turn. This scry order has definitely fucked us hard. There's no way that we can beat Gideon. Like, that card is just going to crush us, so the only option that we have is to beat the opponent, even though that's unlikely going to happen. I'm going after his life total. Like, a war of attrition with Gideon is not where you want to be. Alright. So I know I just said that, but he doesn't have anything blocking it this turn. So if he would have kept this not attacking, then I definitely wouldn't have attacked. But I think here it might be worth attacking just because it slows him down a little bit. He has removal for sure, though. Alright, that's enough. We can't beat. So this is just like the black-white mid-range deck, like, ripped straight out of Standard. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely devastatingly powerful against us. So what do we want? I guess Thoughtseize is going to ruin any plan that we come up with, probably. And they have lots of removal. I think Master Waves is probably not very good here. He's going to get brickwalled very quickly. Probably, like, counterspells are pretty good against this deck. This deck, I think, also has a fair bit of tokens to it, so Ratchet Bomb is a consideration. So is Sorceress Spyglass, because they also play a lot of Planeswalkers. Stuff like Gideon and Sorin's in it. Maybe Liliana's. I mean, these are all okay cards. Guess I'll just take a Spyglass. They might not have a whole lot of ways to deal with the Spyglass except for Thoughtseizing it away. So maybe it makes sense to bring in these. Can take out Witching Wells, I think. So we get to a point and we're going to a late game. Like, I don't think that we're going to win a late game. We are the aggro deck here. Like, we have to win before they can establish a board. I think this is fine, but it's also very vulnerable to Thoughtseize. But any hand that we keep is going to be, so, like, there's not really a choice. They can take our Spyglass. But I'm definitely jamming this turn too if I'm given the chance. Okay, that's great. Because we can even name that too. Yeah, Liliana the Last Hope. How did I know that? They don't have Thoughtseize in hand, though. They're probably going to play Treasure Map. So, I guess we'll name... Here's the problem. If we name, like... Alright, I guess I'm going to name Gideon, and I'm going to try to use the Wizard's Retort to counter Liliana. Oh, no, but the Liliana is going to kill the Siren Storm Tamer. And then, I don't know, like, none of these are particularly great options. Alright, I think I have to name Liliana the Last Hope. Because she's gonna kill a lot of our creatures, probably. And she also accrues card advantage. Whereas, like, theoretically, we could kill Gideon with flying, but, like, Brazen Borrower and, like, Siren Storm Tamer are very bad against, you know, Liliana's minus effect. Or I guess her plus effect that gives them minus, so... Alright. This is not a match that I think is particularly good, though, so... And we really need to draw more mana. Like, we need a lot more in order to beat this. Because that is a pretty strong hand. To be sure, so... Alright, well that helps. Do I want the fourth one? Probably not just yet. But I do need this. Because they do have Kalidas and Gideon in their hand, and I need to counterspell for both of them. So they played the Swamp, and they played the Treasure Map. Alright, I think here I'm going to use the Brazen Borrower in this. Because I want it out of my hand in case they do actually top deck a Thoughtseize. Okay, so he put a card on top of his deck, so it's probably a good one. But also, playing the Borrower now just looks like we're going to play that and not, like, anything else. It doesn't look obvious that we have a counterspell. Liliana the Last Hope. Okay. You can't use it. Just in case something does happen to the Spyglass, I want that off the board. They could have played Gideon or Kalidas there and chose not to. That was interesting. Surely this turn they'll play one of the two. Yeah, I really don't want Kalidas hitting either, or if they play another Gideon, like, I need to counter that too. Okay. It's fine. Surprised you didn't do this first. I guess maybe you're just trying to see if I have another counterspell. Which I do. And that has to go away. Okay, Storm Tamer is going to protect the Jhin, because this is our fastest clock right now. Did you draw a fucking third Gideon? Seriously? No, okay, just Kalidas. I mean, not just Kalidas, but, like... This is a pretty powerful card, but at least Jin can theoretically try to race it. Only has one card left in hand. I think I'm going to wait for him to attack with the Kalitas and then Harbinger it back to his hand. That seems like the best way to ensure that he dies next turn. So if I play Thassa, he can gain like 5 life. Alright, did we do it? I think you're dead. Because, yeah, alright, that's fine. Close. Well, I mean, not really. I mean, the first game was bad, but, like, I don't know. I think them playing the Liliana was... I don't think that was terribly good. It seems like a mistake to me. So we have 7 counterspells in our deck for their big, scary threats. That's probably enough. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to really take much more out of here. Could take out, what, another Witching Well and bring in, like, a Dispute? I don't know. I'm going to do that. Just because I really feel like if I can't counter their Planeswalkers, then that's how we're going to lose. But if we can counter them, then we have a chance. I guess this hand's, like, sort of does stuff. It plays creatures and hopefully kills them quickly. You can kill this one with Grasp of Darkness, that's fine. Or you rather kill this thing. Which, that would make sense. Really? Did you just not have anything, or are you just pretending, or what? Or did you think that you had something and you didn't? Oh, that makes sense. Casual 3 for 1, that's pretty good. I mean, we did walk into this, to be fair, but I don't know if there's much we could have done about it. That's like one of those cards, if they just have it, then you kind of get screwed by it. We do not have any counterspells for their big scary threats. That's not a good sign. Treasure map, okay. You have like Liliana now? No, they do not. Okay, so what you're telling me is there's a chance. They have 3 cards left, and clearly not a 4-mana Planeswalker or something that could have just wrecked me. Alright, I think I'm gonna hold back here. And I might bounce this back to their hand, but it's more likely I'm gonna have to bounce like something much scarier. The Jhin looks very, very vulnerable right now. And they're going to be, yeah, now they have a card draw engine. Oh, this card is like, this is a really good card. Yeah. It's still a land, so I can't bounce it. They just not have anything? Like, interesting. Could play this and try to race them with this, but this is going to let them draw a bunch of cards. I think I really want to bounce this, because that means next turn they can flip it and get 3 treasure tokens and start using them to draw 2 cards a turn. Now I think if they play Shambling Vent, I'm probably going to play Merfolk Trickster. Oh, there's so many lands. Like, they've got to have something. They can activate of Shambling. You know, okay, they're just going to do this. You going to attack with the Vent, or are you going to draw a card? Nope. Okay. 2 cards in hand. You know what? Let's play this then. Obviously don't have anything good in hand, or otherwise they would have just been played it already. Yeah, I'm not letting you eat my Brazen Borrower. Harbinger is going to have a hell of a time doing anything about this. Alright. It looks like they found something finally. No, just vent? Okay. You know what? That's fine. Well, sort of. It's sort of fine. It's 6 damage. It's not the end of the world. You have 1 card in hand. So it's not hopeless yet. I'm honestly surprised they're not using their castle. Okay, I have no non-creature cards in my hand for you to duress away. Now here's the trick. Do not block the Shambling Vent if it attacks. Alright, looks like they're going to attack with this thing now. Yeah, because if the Shambling Vent dies, then this is gonna flip and like deal 3 damage to all the creatures. All right, so now they're gonna start drawing cards. All right. If Avacyn attacks, I'm definitely 100% blocking it. Beautiful. We might actually win this if they just fail to draw anything. I'm going to make him have to block Avacyn. Or block with Avacyn. Because right now I can attack you for 10. And if I draw another land, then I can also attack you for 13 instead. Or actually, it would be 14 because of this. I don't know. We might come away with a win. It depends on like how this turn goes for him. So, man, did you just draw like literal nothing this whole game? Like, that's impressive. You drawing a card. You sacrifice a Oh, you sacrificed all the treasures to draw a card with that. Okay, that makes sense. Does it even matter, though? Kalidas? Okay. That doesn't do it, though. You die. You can't block any of my creatures. Okay, well, you lose, opponent. Wow, we just managed to, like, steal this game away from them. Okay, well, that is a game I absolutely feel like we should not have won, but, like, our opponent went through more, like, a third of their deck and just did not find Dink. Okay, so, yeah, that game was a gift, so let's enjoy our gifts. I think Cloudfin Raptor was fine. I enjoyed this card in my deck. I don't know, I think this deck overall was pretty decent. I mean, the counter spells were hugely important in like that match. I don't know, we didn't play against a lot of green decks, so we didn't get to see the Tidebinder Mage do too much. I think the Ratchet Bombs are fine. Like all of these cards are fine. I don't know if they're like all the right cards, but they're definitely far from being like the wrong cards. So I think this is pretty close to like a list that, you know, I would say is where it should be. We went 3-2 with it, and like the first match, I think, you know, I definitely could have done much better in that, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was the? Oh yeah, we lost against the Phoenix deck too, which losing against Phoenix is like that's terrible because it really takes a lot for them to be able to beat us, I think. But they strung together back to like back treasure cruises. That was just crushing. So. I'm not sure. Maybe there is something I should have done differently with that. You know what? You tell me if you think that there's some decision I made that I should have changed. But overall, I think this list did okay. I think that Cloudfin Raptor showed that it's worth something. Just being able to stick it in turn 1 and like get it up to like, I think we had one at like a 3/4 at one point. That wasn't bad for a 1-drop. A 3. It was bigger than a flip Delver of Secrets for 1 mana. That's not bad at all. And I think, yeah, the rest of these cards are fine. The only one that we really didn't see do very much today was Master Waves. Which, that's kind of sad, because I think Master Waves is like one of the reasons I wanted to play this deck, and like he didn't even get to shine that much today, so... I don't know. The main deck counterspells felt fine to me, and I think that Brazen Borrower is definitely a really important tool for a lot of the decks. Otherwise, like, yeah, these cards all seemed okay. Like, we saw a little bit of play out of Witching Well again, too. We scryed 2 and we drew cards off of it, so this card did what it was supposed to do. I think 3 Thassa felt like it was fine. I don't think I missed the fourth one at all, so I don't know. The only changes I think I might make at this point are probably in the sideboard. I'm not sure exactly what, but I feel like if I'm going to change something, it's going to be in these 15 cards. Because I think these 60 cards are okay. There's not really much that needs to change here as far as I'm concerned. So, all right, well, that's our league for today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Yeah, please like comment, subscribe, all of that. I appreciate it. I love it when people talk about video, or they talk in the comments, and I always try to interact with everyone that I can. If you have questions, critiques, I'm more than happy to hear them. Like, because it's not always easy to play this, especially like when I just got back from like a wing nights with my friends, and so may have been a little bit tipsy to start off with, but just ever so slightly. So there might have been a little element of that going on, but you know what? If you can't play Magic while you're enjoying yourself, then what's the point, right? So, and I really do like playing with blue cards in this game, so that's why I keep coming back to this. I think there is also, I need to stop doing it. So I have my desk moved right now, and like every time that I touch it with my hands here off camera, it's tilted. It's making the camera shake a little bit because it's not sitting against the wall where it normally does. Because because I had, like I was talking about the ants that were going up the fucking wall. That's an entirely different discussion. Like, but yeah, my desk is not situated right where it normally is, and so like now every time I'm touching it is making the camera tilt. So if you keep noticing that, that's what it is. It's because like I cannot touch this freaking desk without the camera moving the way it is right now, and I don't want to put it back where it was just yet. So sorry for that diatribe. What I was gonna say is, if there's a possibility that I might play some like Simic Flash in here at some point. That seems like a deck that people might have interest in. Either that or maybe like an Izzet Flash. Like those two, both of them seem like they might be good in this format. I think like Simic by playing with stuff like Frilled Mystic is probably fine. It seems like the sort of deck that I would enjoy. And I think it plays Merfolk in it too. So it plays like Grindborn Cutthroat and maybe like Merfolk Trickster in it. So if it plays Merfolk in it, then I will give it consideration. That's my rule for this channel, I guess. It's not a hard 100% rule that it has to have Merfolk in it, because there are some other decks that I would play, but anything generally that plays like counterspells in it like has a shot in my book. Like if it's gonna play like creatures and counterspells, like I'm all in. Even like I would probably play like blue-white control or something like that if I had the cards in MTGO, but unfortunately, I do not have them on here at this point, and I am not going to spend that kind of money on buying that deck for this. So I'm limiting this to things that are like reasonably like acquirable without spending a whole lot. And the thing is, like, a lot of the cards that are in like the Flash deck are really cheap, so to get the stuff that I'm missing, like I have most of the things already for Modern anyway, like the breeding pools and whatnot, so, or the sanctums and everything. So yeah, the blue-green mana base is not that big a deal to me. It's getting, you just have to get a few other cards. And so yeah, that it would be an affordable choice to play in MTGO, but unfortunately stuff like blue-white control, which, is another counterspell deck that I really do like, I can't afford to play it in MTGO. It's just out of the question. It's too much. It's already too much to buy all this stuff, but I do it as a labor of love because I care about making content for you guys to enjoy. So, and honestly, that if you guys are not enjoying this, then there's not really a reason for me to be doing this. So, that's why I keep like saying I'm always interested to know what everybody thinks when they're watching. So if you have suggestions, I do listen to them because this is a labor of love. I don't get anything out of this. I don't ask for money or anything other than just your thanks and appreciation. And if if I'm not making stuff that you guys are enjoying, then absolutely, then I will do something to change that, because that's all I really care about at this point for this channel. Just making stuff that people are going to enjoy watching. That's it. So thank you to everybody who's watching. I appreciate it, I really do, and now I'm going to finally end this. It has been almost 3 hours. This has been a really long league. I apologize for not having one earlier this week, but you know, sometimes shit happens. That's just how life goes. So, all right. Hopefully, the length of this one will make up for that. All right. See you later, everybody. Take it easy.